she towed the line, and on her 16th birthday she got given her granddad's mallet, thanks, and her granddad's chisel, thanks. A couple of years later she graduated with a first in cave chipping. She moved out of her parents' cave, she moved into a friend's cave, and every Friday night her and her mate would go down to the local fire, where all the young single cave dwellers would sit around, chatting, hanging out. And you can bet that at some point in the night, one of the cave dwellers would get a rock and his mallet and start beating out a rhythm on the stone, and then someone else would join in with a slightly smaller hammer, beating out another rhythm, and people would start singing, everyone would get a bit loose, everyone would start headbanging, and Tamara would do some headbanging, but it wasn't really her thing, headbanging. She didn't really like it. She had this really boring boyfriend as well. He just talked about his favourite rocks all the time. And between you and me, because we're all friends here, he either didn't know or just wasn't very interested in Tamara's pleasure. So she was dissatisfied, she was restless. And one day she took her granddad's mallet and her granddad's chisel, and she started chipping away at a neglected corner of the caves, and she started chipping upwards, and she dug and she pulled through roots and she scraped with her fingernails, and stabs of light started getting her face, and she pulled the last bit of mud out of the way, and something punched her in the face. That actually felt quite nice. And she pulled herself out of the hole, and for the first time in Tamara's life, she felt the sun on her skin. And she felt the breeze through her hair, and she felt the grass between her toes, and she looked about her and she saw the moor. And she saw a little butterfly fly from a flower to a hedge to a stone, and she followed it. And as Tamara walked across the moor, her heart fell for the moor.